Hey guys, Pat here from Rain Country. God is good all the time. Well, today me and Jax are in the power room where we keep all of our battery storage, and we produce solar power. We're supposed to be working with a company to get some new batteries, but we got some temporary batteries here that kind of limp us along until that comes to fruition. We're cutting some 1/0 cable, and we got some 1/0 ring terminals that we're going to make up, and for jumper cables. I did build some solid copper bars, but after I did that, they work great. However, I'm worried about expansion and contraction with the batteries, and so these don't have any lateral give to them. So what I'm worried about is affecting the integrity of the battery post. So what I'm doing is making up some of these. So this is battery cable, or actually welding cable. As you can see, it's got real fine stranded wire in there, so it gives it a lot of flexibility. So I'm hoping that these can expand and contract with the batteries as they heat up and cool off. So that's what we're doing now. So we're making up a whole bunch of jumpers. Are you ready, buddy?
Yeah.
You know what Grandpa's got to do? I got to trim these up, huh?
Yeah.
So I got to cut 3/4 of an inch off of one end.
I do.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, buddy. Pull that off of there. Oh, you got to put this in that little box in that little tray over there, huh?
Uh-huh.
Be careful.
Okay.
And we put a little bit of soldering flux in here. Most people that you talk to, or they'll say you don't need to crimp and solder, but I like to do both. I suppose it's unnecessary.
You want one? Me want the wrench.
You want a what?
A wrench.
You want a wrench?
That
Well, you got a wrench right there, don't you, buddy?
No, you need the big wrench.
You need a big wrench?
Yeah.
What for? You gonna hand that to Grandpa?
Yeah.
Is this the next one we're gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay. Guess what? That one there goes over the bucket, huh?
Yeah.
Mash all these little wires together. Put the excess off my fingers in the barrel of the ring terminal. Get all the little wires in there, huh? See how I'm getting all the little wires in there?
Yeah.
There we go. That one there is ready to crimp.
I need to do all these wires in it.
Yeah. Are you fixing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 5/8 or 3/4 of an inch off of the. Take that sheathing off of there. Heat it up to the torch a little bit. Warm enough to where we can melt that soldering paste into the strands a little, huh? Yep. Is that how they do it?
Yeah.
No. Maybe?
Yeah.
We took and we cleaned out the insides of these ring terminal barrels. Brightened them up a little bit. Make sure there's no oxidation on there, huh, bud? That one there's ready to crimp. We're getting them, buddy. I think we all got but 2. I think you got one you're still working on, huh?
Did it.
Did it? You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it.
Did you want to work on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get work on this one then.
That's it.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Me too.
You're welcome. So what Grandpa will do, I'm gonna crimp the one side. So we got a 1/0 crimp here, bud.
Yeah.
1/0 crimp.
Why not
What we do is we stick it in the one side up to where it flares. See where it flares right there?
Yeah.
So I stick it clear up into the flare.
Wow.
And I level it out. See where it's level?
Yeah.
I make sure that's tight. Then I crank it up. Making sure that's tight up against there. And I want to rotate the natural curve of the wire.
It's bus.
Oh, I suppose.
A bus.
See how that's level?
Yeah.
The blade of this terminal connector is flat with this. Pressing it into the barrel.
This boat?
I guess.
That boat?
You got it figured out? Okay.
The boat.
Let off on that. We got a crimp. Amazing. You see how I got that flat on there? The curvature of the wire. And this is flat on this terminal connector inside the barrel. And I know you're paying attention, buddy. Are you having fun
Yeah.
with the pow pow?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. There's another one.
There's another one.
There's another one. Okay, buddy. So we're going to put this one in there. We got to do all these first before we do any more of those. Right? Right.
Don't touch the hole. This one touch.
Are you getting cold?
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to slide.
We'll take a break and go back into the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they to buy the house.
Okay, let's tighten this one here up. That'll be a good place to take a break, huh? Hey, buddy.
Find it.
Sweet.
We got you another one.
You, just a minute. I'm not ready for it yet.
We got you what?
You got me a rag?
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Put them.
You're handier in the shirt pocket.
Flats sometimes fall down. Flats sometimes fall down.
You sure?
No.
You're not sure? Give me a terminal.
This left hand?
Yeah, it's a terminal right there. This guy. That's a terminal. Terminal.
Me different to you.
Terminal lug. Yeah, you're putting it back away again with all the other ones so we can find them later, huh? Good job, buddy.
Me too.
You're welcome.
Hey, we found another one.
You found another one?
Down the floor. We dropped one.
Uh-oh.
We dropped one.
I see that over there.
We got it.
You got it? Perfect, man.
We do.
You're pretty good help.
Yeah. We got one in the bathroom.
You got the black one on there?
Yeah. I am a big helper.
Yeah, you're a pretty good helper.
I am. You got fire out.
Hey, fire out. Yep, but I got it out.
You got it out.
You got her out.
That's her.
Now we put a little piece of shrink tubing on this side.
No.
Wow, huh? Get it on there quick before it melts into place.
Yeah.
Well, there's one almost done. I just got to clean it up, buddy.
Yeah.
So what a guy can do is he can take a little alcohol. You already know how to do this?
Yeah.
Oh, you can show Grandpa how to do it then.
Mm-hmm.
So we take a piece of little alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and that'll clean off that resin.
Mm-hmm.
This resin stuff here. See how that cleans that off of there?
Yeah.
Careful not to burn my little fingers. Hey, here's another one of these things you can put back over there.
Well,
Thank you.
it's
And we can shine these up a little bit. Okay, so we got flexibility instead of rigid. See, I had these rigid. I should have thought about that because buying this bar stock is pretty expensive. And I got these. I got flexibility, so up and down, left and right. We have 7 sets of batteries to make 48. So each one of these are 12 volts. That's 12, 24, 36, and 48. And I know this is kind of rinky-dink here, but this is supposed to be a temporary setup until we get our other batteries in. This was supposed to be for our off-grid cabin that we're saving up for. And so all of these jumpers and stuff like that are going to be able to use again out on our other cabin once we get it up and going. So each one of these batteries is 190 amp hours. So 190 times 7 gives our like 1100, 1200, something like that, amp hours of storage. This is substantially better than the batteries that we had. And again, the wire, it's all a mess. It's just a bunch of thrown together wire from what I had, extra wires, little jumper cables, etc. And I know that it's proper to put all these different wires, and it should be the same length, so all the batteries charge at the same rate and all that. But again, this is just a temporary fix. These are AGM batteries, but there's a little vent valve that goes across here. I have to put tubing in here on these little barbs and then vent that to outside. I mean, they're not getting enough draw right now to warrant me getting too worried about it, but that is a detail that I need to take care of. What do you think, buddy? Have we done?
Yeah.
Well, my little helper, he went home, so I'm back out here gonna finish this up. It would be good enough if I just went ahead and put the shrink tubing on there, but I want to solder these. You don't have to solder them, but I think it just gives it a little bit better holding power, I guess, a little more conductivity. So what I do is I tend to bend this just enough to expose the stranding on the wire from between the sheathing and the ring terminal, so that I can get the solder to penetrate inside in between the two surfaces. Again, crimping is plenty good enough, but I just like to solder. It just gives it more conductivity and it holds better. I mean, I got 1/0 ring terminals and 1/0 cable. You know, it's done correctly. It's just I like to put solder in there, and that fills in all the voids, inhibits oxidation and electrolysis and different things like that. So this just it's a little more insurance. So what I try to do is I'll heat away from here into this area, obviously, and try to keep away from heating this up. It's all going to get hot by the time we're done, but I try to focus the flame right underneath the where it's been crimped. That way the wire inside heats up. Now, y'all might be saying, well, you know, I got rubbing alcohol and all kinds of flammable stuff in here, but I mean, I have ways of putting out fire pretty quick around here. So fire extinguishers and whatnot are not too far away. The batteries aren't putting off any gases or anything like that. They're not heating up or anything. I've got a pretty shaded day. I got a full charge on the battery, so basically everything's in float. Nothing's hot, nothing's off gassing. So just FYI for the folks out there that are looking for stuff like that all the time. I think a guy can be so doggone safe that it's unsafe anyway, and he ain't focusing on what he's doing. At any rate, here we go. Okay, we'll let that cool just a little bit. While that's cooling, I will take a cloth and a little bit of alcohol. And the one that I did first is still pretty warm, but I can clean up the terminal with alcohol while it's still warm. It's actually the best time to do it, in my humble opinion. I got the t-shirt rag doubled over several times to keep it from burning my fingers, but that just cleans up all the resin, all the soldering flux off the terminal. But now it's cool enough to where I can put on the heat shrink tube. I always do these the same way. Red on this side and black on that side. And this heat shrink tube has the sealant inside of it. I like that stuff better than the other. You know, by the time you get all these done and together, they're pretty expensive, but the nice thing about it is that they're always transferable to new batteries, reusable piece of equipment. So having a lot of these, or even having a couple extra on hand, is not a bad idea. So they have lots more flexibility than these bars that I had built before. I'm tending to like these a little bit better than the bars. They don't look as nice. They're not. It's not as a clean installation. But however, these bars, I'm worried about the batteries in the summertime maybe getting warm and wanting to flex one way or another. And then if they try to do that, if you got four all together, then it might work the posts back and forth to where it might ruin the post. And so that's what I'm concerned about, is having these that are flexible will give the batteries a little bit of vertical play and also horizontal play. The other thing I have to do is these actually have vent tubes that need to be hooked up to them. I already have some vent tubing that I'll go ahead and get installed, and these batteries were intended for that off-grid property that we're putting together, but our other batteries have failed that were in here at the house, so we're going to go ahead and use these. Hopefully we have some more batteries coming from a company that we're working with. That was the whole reason of expanding the room in the first place. What we're going to do is we're going to be putting these jumpers on here. I've already got one put on. It's kind of a tight area in here, so what I've been doing is just put one on just to see how it would go. Like I showed you, I'd made up a whole bunch of these, so there's 3 per string to make 48 volts, because I have a 48 volt system. So I have a 12 volt, 12 volt, 12 volt, and 12 volt. 12 times 4 is 48. It's a little bit hard, tedious to get in here. And obviously you want to make sure that you're not touching the terminals, that you're not crossing the positive and negative terminals on, the same battery. These are actually relatively easy to put in, but the wire jumpers are a little more tedious, just for the simple fact that you have to go over top of the wire itself to get to the bolt, whereas these things, you just go straight in, obviously, to the bolt. This cabinet I had built with the design of the 6 volt golf cart batteries, and I had plenty of room in here. But with these, miraculously enough, they actually fit pretty snug. So I'm making use of all of the space. And so also while I'm in here, I'm going to put the vent tubing in. I'll replace all these. They just cut these off when they pulled them out of the cell tower. A little easier to put these on while the jumper is off of there. It's going to be kind of a hassle either way, but you have just a little bit more room in there without the jumper. Now we got to put these jumpers in one at a time. Well, that works. It's barely, a lot better than the wrench. I can get a little more height on that. And these are supposed to be torqued to 70 inches of torque. One more of these guys. I have just enough clearance to make this. That's all I need, just enough. Okay, I need to repeat that 3 more times on this wall. Well, so anyway, that's what we're up to today. It's a nice cold winter day. We haven't been getting a whole lot of collection. Yesterday we got like 1,000 watts and like 6 amps. So we're kind of losing a little bit of power. Anyway, hopefully this new battery bank that we're going to get in will stretch us through some winter storm events. These batteries last us about 2 days if we're conservative on them. Watch what we plug in. So anyway, hopefully this new battery bank is going to be a significant difference in storage. And also I have a pretty nice setup for solar collection, so when we do get a little bit of break in the weather and we get a little bit of sun, it doesn't take long for us to recoup or refill the batteries. So anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and God bless.